Fate and love are two things we as humans find utterly amazing. Something so natural, yet something that eludes us. Both, however, could take off with something as simple as your name. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful little show I like to call Writer's Block, the show where we talk about a huge successful movie months after its release because we don't get how pop culture works. Today we are going to talk about KIMI NO NA WA, or Your Name in English, the only language that's real. All unfunny jokes aside, KIMI NO NA WA was written, directed, created, loved, and probably seduced by the wonderful mind of Makoto Shinkai, a Japanese director who's worked on such titles as 5 centimeters per second and Garden of Words. Now here's the thing you're probably wondering. Joker, why are you talking about this now? The hype for this movie has died down, you fucking loser. And first off, wow, that is rude. So the reason why I am a bit late to this party is because Shinkai's work has always left me with a bad taste in my mouth, I guess you could say. Not much different from my uncle. Alright, that was an uncalled for joke. I take that one back. Not saying I think it's bad, but rather incomplete. His stories usually follow two people who meet in some one-chance encounter type deal, and their relationship is never fulfilled. Most, if not all, of his movies up until this point followed this, and I fucking hate it, okay? Just get together. I'm not happy in real life, so please at least give me this. Sorry, I got a little bit emotional for a second. Now, like I said, originally I didn't want to watch it, but I thought, fuck it. Let's see what's all the hype about, and let's just say that had to have been one of the best decisions I have ever made. In KIMI NO NA WA, we follow two characters, Mitsuha Miyamizu and Taki Tachibana. The story follows these two, and we see how they live their lives differently from city compared to rural life, and how they live their days with the people around them, with one slight twist. Turns out every other day or so, they wake up in each other's bodies. So lewd, Mr. Shinkai. Now, of course, we have seen stories like this before, where boys and girls switch bodies, and yes, the whole cliche, I have boobs and or a dick right now, whoa, jokes are still present, but this story does go much deeper. The story covers things such as culture, drama, childhood wonder, and unconditional love, all wrapped up in a neatly, incredibly animated package. But obviously it looks nice. Makoto Shinkai has been blessed by God himself to be able to produce a work that looks like the anime angels came down to circle jerk and bust an artistic masterpiece. What the fuck did I just say? Another thing that slightly differs from a lot of Shinkai's other work is there are some interesting side characters here. Now, of course, they aren't interesting enough to warrant a spin-off, but I'd say I honestly cared about the well-being of some of them. And to have any emotions for a side character these days is a plus, especially in a story that only lasts a little over an hour and a half. Anyway, the big surprise here for me was the music. One of the best scores I have ever heard in an anime film. I considered it a character by the end, to be honest, considering how much it weaved in and out. It was basically an integral part of the storytelling itself, used to create interesting cuts and add real heart and emotion to scenes that otherwise would be pretty average. This movie surprised me. So much so that, to be very honest, I don't know how to review it without having a huge smile on my face and an awkward erection in my pants. I really do feel a bit biased, but seriously, I think a lot of people should check this out. KIMI NO NA WA is proof that anime can be used to tell a serious story about topics that are both mature and thought-provoking. But what I love the most about it is that it could tell this story with these deep topics without sacrificing its lighthearted nature. Now, as for why I feel this movie is important in other aspects besides just storytelling, is that, as we could see, animation has been on the rise really for a while now, and studios have been trying to put out more interesting and more original movies such as this, and I think it's paying off. I think we are reaching a point where the storytelling could match something such as really high budget, high-end film, because a movie like this where I could sit down and just really get immersed in it and not have to worry about whether the animation looks wrong or something of that nature is just proof that the medium is moving in the right direction. And I think this film brings up a very important topic, and that is 2D animation dying? A lot of people would like to say yes, because studios such as Disney, you know, who were really in the forefront of it, are kind of drawing back from it. But it seems to me that 2D animation is here to stay, and whether or not that is dependent on where the movie is made, this movie itself speaks volumes for what 2D animation could do. And of course there are 3D parts in it, whether it be background or some character movements. It still is 2D animated, and I think I could safely say that it looks better than most 3D animated films. So the most important thing to me is, do I think it deserves the hype? Do I think that everyone who says this movie is the best anime movie ever is right? And of course, a question like that can't ever be answered objectively, but subjectively, in my opinion, this has to be one of the most fun times I have had watching an anime movie in a long time. It was heartfelt. It made me feel things that I didn't think I was going to going in. It looked beautiful. It sounded incredible. The characters were relatable and interesting. I really can't suck its dick any harder than I am right now. But as I said earlier, this movie proved to me that anime can be thought of as a serious way to tell a story. So with that in mind, I will thank Shinkai for this piece, and I honestly think you guys should check it out if you haven't already, because to be quite honest, I'm seeing this late. It's not like I discovered it and I'm trying to tell the world about it. With all that in mind, I do in fact hope you guys got something from this video, and don't forget to comment. Tell me how you feel about it if you've seen it. Tell me if you want to watch it now, because I am very interested in whether or not I made you at least a little bit interested in the story. And with that in mind, I will see you guys all next time. Love you all, and goodbye.